So you want to start concentrating more. You can learn the skill of concentration. It's not something that some people just have. It's something that is built within people. And there are certain tools and rules you can follow to build your concentration. What I found in the past, things that killed my concentration, were things I surrounded myself with. Your brain is overstimulated. When your brain is overstimulated, you're not going to be able to concentrate correctly. There are plenty of things in today's day and age that are stopping you or limiting you from unlocking your brain to be able to fully concentrate. The number one thing is your phone. The phone is going to kill your concentration because it is constantly going off. It is something that is closest to you. It's in your right pocket. Most people are right hand dominated, so you're always going to be reaching for it, and it's always buzzing, it's always going off, it's always making sounds. Someone's calling you, someone's texting you, there's notifications from Reddit, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, you name it. Those things are going to distract the fucking shit out of you, and you have to start removing some of these things from your life if you ever want to be able to develop a real level of focus. You have to make your brain so goddamn bored that it wants to concentrate on whatever stimuli you give it. I can remember a time before when my brain was accustomed to being stimulated only on phones and other stuff like video games, TVs, movies, and I've slowly began to transition to get all that stuff out of my life, and I definitely do notice it has been improving my concentration. But I've been lowering my baseline for dopamine. Before, when I had all those things in my life stimulating me, I would need something more stimulating than the last to actually make me happy and make me actually want to do something. A movie, for instance. I was on a binge for a while, watching a bunch of movies and TV shows, and everything I'd watch would just be freaking boring because that's all I was doing. I was binging out of movies and TV shows. I wasn't giving my brain to relax and take a break and reset its dopamine threshold for attention for movies. Now that I'm trying to cut a lot of that stuff out of my life that is stimulating, I don't watch movies or TV shows anymore. When I do go and try and watch a movie with my girlfriend or something, I am extra tuned in, even to a movie that I would have no interest in watching before. Like there's this movie called The Greatest Showman. I hate fucking musicals so goddamn much, and just because I haven't watched TV shows or movies in a long ass time, I was so freaking stimulated because it was just something to watch. My brain wasn't used to just turning off and paying attention to a screen anymore, so I actually wanted to watch it, even though it's something I hate, which is musicals. Now, for example, another thing that I have reset my dopamine level on and is now way more stimulating, which has helped me focus more, is not allowing myself to watch bad content on YouTube or Reddit. I do find myself now from not allowing myself to watch bad stuff like entertaining, which is entertaining to the masses, like just stupid compilation videos of like car crashes and funny videos and animated cartoons and all that. I don't allow myself to watch that anymore, and it's actually done really good for me because I haven't cut out YouTube, like I just said. I've only cut out the bad stuff that is not helpful to me. So now when I do watch YouTube shorts and clips, number one, good stuff only pops up on my feed now because I don't pay any mind or like or comment on any videos that is just bad for the brain. Only educational content actually pops up, and it's good because I have not allowed myself to watch any of the comedy and stupid stuff that isn't going to help your brain. I do find myself actually more entertained and more tuned in to the content that is going to help me. Like, I'm more interested in it. I reset my baseline of dopamine for clips like that. My brain is now accustomed to only consuming educational content. It is used to consuming educational content, and it no longer craves those videos that aren't good for the brain and are mindless. My brain loves to learn more, and it pays more attention to the educational, those clips, podcasts, and YouTube videos I might watch. I do find myself tuning in longer and paying more attention to what is being said because my brain isn't wandering looking for that other animated comedy stupid bullshit that isn't going to help you. It's good. China has implemented this. For TikTok, they are the creators of TikTok. I personally think they're trying to ruin the Americans by doing this. But in China, on their TikTok, it's strictly only educational content. Here, they just allow us to post whatever dumb videos, shit that's gonna make us dumber. But over there, their TikTok is more engineered and geared towards learning. There's a lot of engineering, space, aerodynamics, science, stuff in the medical field, lawyers. They literally only allow their TikTok to have educational content, and in turn, it is making their population smarter as a whole. That's basically what I'm doing for myself. I'm eliminating all content that is not good for me and only allowing myself to consume content that is educating and that's making me smarter as a person. If America fucking did that, oh my god, we would get so far ahead so quickly. But I really do feel as if we are in a point in American life that people are really just getting dumber. I know all people aren't like that, because of course there are people out in the world who are striving to learn and get better. It's just in other places I feel as if there's more dense populations of people with the same beliefs of wanting to get better and wanting to get smarter. I feel like in America it's more scattered and there's a lot less people who are striving for that goal to get better. It's difficult, it's hard, and I hope there is a shift soon, because if there's not, I feel like we're in some big trouble. It's gonna suck for a while. You really need to push forward and try to focus really hard on this. You need to really eliminate all things in your life that are going to distract you and only allow yourself to consume content that is going to be good for you. And once you do it long enough, I promise you'll be happier. You'll find yourself motivated. You'll find yourself having more inspiration in this life. When you start consuming content that makes you learn, you'll feel happy for consuming content instead of feeling like shit after consuming a bunch of shit videos in a row because you know you didn't do anything for yourself. You'll feel good afterwards after consuming content that is good for your brain and is going to make you happier and smarter. It's going to be hard at first, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to make another video real soon about the top things that are hindering you from being able to focus and making you dumber. You need to make your brain so goddamn bored that it wants nothing more to focus on the content you put in front of it at any given time. It's gonna be hard. You gotta be disciplined. You gotta be strong. You gotta control yourself and really discipline yourself not to watch that bad content and only allow yourself to watch the content that is good for you. The benefits are endless. You're going to see an improvement in your friend groups, your life in general. You're just gonna notice yourself start to get smarter. You just have to be disciplined for a little while, and I promise it gets better every day you use it. It's gonna suck at first. Your mind is gonna be so goddamn bored with the content with the content that is good for you, that you want to try and start implementing into your life and trying to start paying more attention to. But I guarantee you it will get easier. You'll feel better and you'll get stronger, and you'll start having more focus in all areas of your life, because your dopamine meter isn't going to be overstimulated. Your stimulation is going to go back to what it is supposed to be, what people's dopamine meters were hundreds of years ago. Your depression is going to start to go down because you'll have a regular level of stimuli. You're not constantly going to be looking for the next thing. You'll be regulated. That's basically the whole gist of it. You'll be able to focus on the things that are going to make you happy. You're not going to have anxiety because you aren't stimulated at all times. Your emotions are going to get more constant by regulating your dopamine and stimuli. When you smash your brain with all that content that is not good for you, you're pumping so much goddamn dopamine into your brain, and when you don't have that anymore, it drops to such a low level that you begin to notice it and it affects your mood. When your dopamine drops so low, you start to get sad because you don't have that happiness in your head anymore. And once you start to consume content that is good for you and doesn't kill your dopamine receptors, you, like I just said, you begin to become more constant. Your emotions become more constant. It's good for you. It makes you happier. It's going to make you more emotionally secure, intelligent, and attractive too. Once you do start implementing this and resetting your dopamine levels and resetting your stimuli levels, whatever you do want to focus on, I will tell you, it is a lot easier to focus on something that is pure to you. And when I say this, I mean focusing on something that is true to yourself, live true to you. If you're one of those kids who just want to get a bunch of money to prove to the bullies in high school you're better than them, you're going to fail. You're not going to stay stimulated on that for very long, and you're going to implement all these techniques to reset your dopamine level, and you're going to say, oh, this doesn't fucking work, when in reality you can't focus on it because you're doing it impure reason. You're doing it to impress someone else, and that's not going to sit right in your head and your body, and you're not even going to know it. When you do want to focus on something that truly makes you fucking happy, truly makes you happy to work on, and truly makes you want to succeed in whatever area you do want to focus on. Because when you do this, the times where it does get bad and the times where you really do feel unfocused, you have to tap into that actual true want and pure desire in yourself to actually keep going. If you're doing it for an impure reason to impress someone else, you're going to get to that point where you're extremely fatigued, and you're not going to be able to tap into that pure desire. It's going to be for someone else, and your body and brain's going to realize that, but you're not going to realize that, and you're going to feel bad about yourself for not wanting to push forward. You're not going to know why, but subconsciously it is because it is not pure to you. You are doing it for someone else. You need every tool you can to tap into that hardcore focus, and when it is something that you truly do care about and it is for you and no one else, that is what is going to allow you to push forward and prosper among everyone else. All in all, you really do need to start eliminating all distractions around you. Once you start eliminating all distractions, your stimuli level begins to regulate and you become more happier. The things that are going to help you become easier to learn, become easier to focus on, and that in turn is going to lead to long-term happiness.